Hey, what's going on to all of my Pisceans? So, hold on, just a little bit unorganized. Give me a second. Please make sure to get the book at Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com. The links will be in the description box below as usual. If you'd like to contact me for personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are in the description box below as usual. So, my prices are going back down to the way that they were originally. So it was 50, 60, 70. So 50 for 30 minutes, 60 for 45, and 70 for the hour. But and since I'm trying to get this type of stuff off of my hands, because I don't want to just make these videos, you know what I'm saying, and just have them there and nobody is buying them and stuff like, or nobody's buying them and stuff like this. I'll give the peerage courses. Each of them are 15 minutes long. It'll only take about 40-45 minutes of your time if you get all three. I'll release it for $30 each. And I'm just coming up with the price on the spot. I'll release it for $30 each. Course 1, course 2, course 3, $30 each. I would suggest getting all three, so you know I can kind of tie everything in as we go along, right? Because dating is terrible. You know what I'm saying? Dating today is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. People are going for things that they themselves not really even interested in, and they talking about, yeah, they like that individual, not even realizing that if you like that individual because this person has money or whatever the case may be, again, that's a character flaw. So the cards that I come up with for the Pisceans, I'm just going to do them in order, is the Six of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Five of Wands, Three of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. Oh, by the way, please make sure to leave a like as well as a comment. Okay, I'm noticing that people are giving me the views, but not a lot of people are actually commenting. I'm not quite sure what that's about, you know what I mean? But please make sure to leave a like and stuff like this, and it'll help the video to get picked up by the algorithm. So you have the Queen of Swords, you have the Seven of Swords, you have the Ten of Swords, the King of Swords, you have the Three of Swords. Okay, sorry, I just got a notification. You have the Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and last but not least, we have the Four of Swords. So what I'm seeing here for the Pisceans is I'm seeing how some relationship didn't really work out for you. You and this person didn't necessarily see eye to eye. Person that represent person, this is you, this is this person. You wanted this relationship to actually go somewhere. They were a little bit too sentimental and emotional, right? Everything they would take personally. And because they would take it too personally, it would result in this. Five of Wands. The two of you would end up exploding into disagreement with one another, right? And they may have even said or done things that was disrespectful and inconsiderate, right? So the Three of Pentacles now is that you even started to ask your friends about it, what was going on, and they were telling you how it is that this person, it's a character flaw with this person. This person needs to learn to get their stuff together, right? See, a lot of times people don't understand that if you have to, and I was saying this to somebody today, right? Like if you have to go back and forth with a person as to why consideration is, why a person has to consider the other person that they're in a relationship with, then that person is showing you that they're not in their right state of mind. So you need to leave them alone, right? They're too old to not understand why, if you say certain things, you taking the disagreement that the two of you have way too far. So the thing is that the Queen of Swords represents you did what it is that you were supposed to do. You started to look at them a different kind of way. And Now that you started to do that, the Seven of Swords represents how they started to kind of twist this into a situation where they were trying to make it seem, because this is past tense, they were trying to make it seem as if you were crazy, right? It could even be present tense, where some of you Pisceans are seeing that you're with someone and you're seeing it now, and I'm just kind of showing you what's happening in your own relationships. Okay, then you could definitely call me Kareem. You could then hit me up, email me Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com. The Ten of Swords now is that you realize that there's nothing that you can say to this person that this person is going to actually be satisfied with, because the Ten of Swords is right up under the Five of Wands, right? So this is about how it is that a lot of you understand now that, look, this person is going to be upset with, it seems as if everything that you Pisceans have to say and do, this person is going to be upset with it no matter what you say, no matter what you do. So the King of Swords now is about how you Pisceans need to understand. You have the King and Queen of Swords, and they both represent you. So the King of Swords, represents how you need to watch out for you need to stay quiet first and foremost. You need to watch what it is that the person is trying to do, and watch at how the person can be very manipulative and be untrustworthy. And when you're getting into discussions with them, right, because since everything seems to be inflammatory with them, whenever it is that this person has another blow up, try being a little bit more quiet and paying attention to what exactly they've got going on, or they say, so that way when you're quiet, you don't have that stressful feeling in your stomach where it's this trigger, it's this itch, it's this muscle twitch to get upset. It's this tightening of the body. You understand what I'm saying? Your muscles tighten up and get tense. When you learn how to be quiet and relax, you'll be able to move the way you want and even communicate the way you want, so that you'll be able to hear that the person is obviously not in their right state of mind. For all those who are well enough to on that level to do that, the person is obviously not in their right state of mind. But it also is showing you with the King of Swords is that the person is telling you that this is what it is that they expect you to do, while they're not really listening to what it is, how it is that they're speaking about themselves. So they're going to reveal themselves to you as being kind of not really mentally there, if you know what I mean, because they're expecting you to do this, but then, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, while they do something else, they're expecting you to do something else. So the thing is that the Three of Swords now represents, you're going to realize in that moment that you're not necessarily built for this person, because this person is literally out of their mind. Now, it'll be up to you to decide what it is that you want to do. For those individuals who haven't learned enough and you want to continue with this abuse, it's going to continue to happen until you learn your lesson and do what? Do like the Knight of Cups and move on. For some of you Pisceans who have realized that you need to move on, this means that you are ahead of the curve. And the Seven of Cups represents that you very much have much more options here. The Knight of Pentacles represents, but you need to start taking your relationships. You need to start taking your relationships a little bit more slowly, so that you don't find yourself in a situation where you're cooped up with crazy individuals. My ascendant is Pisces. My mom's a Pisces. My sister is Pisces. And, I can essentially speak on it. That's, sometimes Pisces, Aries, people like that, right? Pisceans, Aries people just rush themselves into relationships very quickly. And they need to learn to watch out for that, right? Libra, because see, you have to understand that Pisces is the higher octave of Libra. And Libra is known as what? The zodiac sign of love. You see what I'm saying? Aries is known as the zodiac sign of war. You understand? So Pisces being the higher octave of that, right? Because the Romans, right? Whenever it is that the Romans, shout outs to Arcee the Duke of Tears for this, but whenever it is that the Romans, let me show you how far back I go if Arcee is watching this, right? We may have our falling out, but let me show you, if you're watching this, Asir, how far I really go back with you, and how far I've really been doing the studying, and I'm not just an angry kid anymore. The Romans, right? We all heard of the Romans. It's in our history books. When the Romans used to go to war, before they went to war, they would never invoke Ares, the god of war, or the deity of war. They would invoke Venus, the deity of love, because if you invoke Ares, it would make the battle more drawn out and bloodier. As to where Venus, you want to come to a quick conclusion so that you don't destroy most of what it is that you're trying to absorb. Because if you would destroy the entire military, the towns, the villages, you essentially inherited ashes. So anyway, so the thing about it is the Four of Cups represents how so as I was saying, you need to learn how to be a little bit more slow with it, your approach, and not seek any kind of relationship. The Four of Cups represents the Four and the Four of Swords, two fours back to back. The Four of Cups and the Four of Swords represents how, when you approach someone, watch how it is that they interact with you. And the Four of Swords represents that if these people want you to chase after them, then you know that you need to leave them alone. And it's very easy to know if people are going to want you to chase after them. All it is that you need to do is just pay attention. If these people seem to be a little bit too lackadaisical and they're not putting any kind of effort, you're always the one that has to call them, you're always the one that has to go over to their house, then it's a one-sided kind of friendship thing. So let's clarify. That was a lot. So let's clarify the Four of Cups. So you have the Seven of Imps, you have the Page of Ghosts, and then you have the Hermit. To clarify the Four of Cups. So again, be careful taking people to your house. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're getting to know them and you don't want them to think that you're easy. Try not, you know what I'm saying? Try not to immediately show people and stuff like this and introduce them to the little ones and stuff like this too early. Let them know what the situation is, that you have children. If you do have children, just try not to take it too fast. The Page of Ghosts and the Hermit, I'm using the Halloween Tarot to clarify. The Page of Ghosts and the Hermit represents that you want to make sure that these people can not only take care of themselves, but these people essentially are not hanging around the element, or you're not hanging around them and they're the bad element or the wrong element. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that everything is going well. You know what I mean? You don't want to get yourself caught up in some criminal type of underworld, because this ain't what my YouTube channel is about. I'm not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record or any of that stuff. Not looking to get one, so I would never tell y'all to hang out with anybody who would have a criminal record and who would have a criminal record and they're still doing it, right? Because even Malcolm X had a criminal record, but the difference with Malcolm X is Malcolm X said that he denounces his criminal past and he never did it again. So there you go. So the thing is that let's clarify the King of Swords, because the King of Swords is really about maturity, right? And how you will learn, or how you're learning to be a little bit more mature. Sit back and wait. You have the High Priestess, the Queen of Imps, and then you have the King of Bats, which is the King of Swords. So you have the King of Swords twice, even to clarify. So again, it just emphasizes everything that I've been saying about how a lot of you need to pay attention to how this person will make an oxymoron out of themselves by saying one thing and doing another, or saying one thing and then immediately saying something dialectically opposed right after it, and how it doesn't make sense, but they expect you to figure it out and think that it does. The Queen of Imps represents how you need to learn how to stop being so fake and just biting your lip and decide to either walk away or end the relationship right then, kick them out if they're living with you, whatever the situation is. The High Priestess now represents how you're gonna have more people who is interested in you in the future, but this particular person, they want to own you. So you need to watch out for that, okay? That's love isn't about ownership. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.